let me talk about the profitability part of a goat project. And in that case, I'll talk about a male. You people who are talking about of breeding your animals, those people who are saying that you cannot do pure animals or you cannot do good hybrids, um, me, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in starting with the low genetics. I have explained this for so many years that all goats are the same in terms of feeding. They might be feeding on the same way. But we and what matters a lot is the growth rate of an animal. So you people who says that you cannot afford to have a pure blood or crosses of high blood percentage, I really doubt whether you want to be commercial farming. When we talk about commercial farming, we are talking about, taking a shorter time in the business and making high profits. So what I'm holding here is a pure boa that was produced just a few days ago. That was yesterday or yesterday but one. Me, this is a pure blood, and me, I believe that this is a profit. You get it? But you people who are talking about of goats, somebody is asking you whether you have goats, and you say I do have goats. You have 100 local goats. You have stayed with the local for maybe 3 or 4 years, and somebody is telling you how much can you get from each goat, and you're talking about somebody paying you 150,000. This is the profit. Let's say if Hamis buys an animal, a pure blood, just like this, and if it's a male and ready to breed, and I buy it, let's say 4 millions or 5 millions, then I take this very male. Actually, buying it 5 millions doesn't mean that that is the money that I'm supposed to get. This is like, I've said this many times, but that is like, that is a capital, the investment capital. When you invest, you don't expect that very one to be sold. No, you're expecting for the results out of the babies. So babies, when, let's say, let me give you an example. You, my viewer, if you're a man and then you serve over 50 females, we do not only consider your existence, but we consider the production, what we call the progeny out of you. How many babies have you produced out of when? And that is the time. So me, when I get an animal, let's say for 5 millions, then I give it 50 females, like the way you see, or either 50 or 100, but always we consider them to be 50. If you give it 50 females and it serves them, it will produce either 50 kids or it will produce over 100 kids. That is what we consider as money, because that is the profit. So when you look at this is my profit. If I've gotten 50 kids out of one male, that means it has given me a profit of 50 kids. By the time they make 6 months, because their growth rate is very considerable, if an animal is growing at a high rate, by 6 months this goat I'll be selling it at 3 millions, because it will be big enough and it will be able to breed to other animals. So let's say I've gotten other 50 goats, that is around 150 millions. If I bought an animal at 5 millions, I already have my profit. Let me say, even if there is no market for breeding, and by that time this goat is ready to give me, let's say 200,000, then I get 200,000 out of the 50 babies that are produced, or 100. That is already 50, that is around 10 millions. If they are sold at 500,000, that is 25 millions. So people, we do make a lot of profits. We do make a lot of profits if you are doing farming. Farmers cannot just get issues like other projects that you get. Farming is not like these other projects. Let's say I have imported in my things, they have all gone wrong, and then I have to look for more other money somewhere else to do the breeding. But for us, the moment you produce, this is it. So again, farming, you can't compare it with other things or other projects. Why? Because reproduction is one of our reasons. Sorry, reproduction is our profit. Unless if your animals are not producing, but if they are producing, then you're good to go. It's a very good project. So I was listening to some guy, and the guy said farming should be the backbone of our country, and that is very true. But the approach of doing it, people think about of farming. Yes, it's a good project, but how do you start it? If you're thinking about of farming and then you're thinking about of starting with locals, you're investing in time. You're paying less money, but you're waiting for a longer time. If you pay for hybrid, you're paying more money and you're taking less time to get the profit, even to get the high growth rate animals or improved animals. The way to go is improved animals. Let me just wish you the best. Bye bye for now.